So Season 21 is just around the corner, it drops on May 7th, so here's everything we know about the new season because it seems like the trailers are still a little while away. We were expecting the stories from the Outlands for Alter, the brand new legend, today, but to everyone's surprise, we didn't get that. So instead of being able to talk about that, I'll be sharing all the news related to Season 21, so you know what to be excited for. Starting, of course, with the new legend Alter, she's the main talking point of the new season, and we know that she can open up portals to what we believe are other dimensions. And one of her legendary skins was leaked by Oz, and this one looks really cool. So Alter is Chinese, and they've really captured that in this skin, which I really like, because in this skin she's dressed like Hua Dan, which are Chinese female opera singers. So she's got all the makeup on to make her look that way, and even these masks on her shoulder resemble the masks that the male Chinese opera singers would wear, which is pretty cool and really creepy looking. There's a very eerie look to this whole skin. It's literal nightmare fuel, but I think that makes her such a cool legend. And in this, we can actually see how her tail will look on her model in the game, because obviously while you're actually playing her, her tail won't be flying around because that would take a lot of animation, a lot of physics would have to go into her tail actually being a reactive object. It's kind of why we don't see legends have long flowing hair. It's just too much for the game to handle and a lot of effort for the developers. So instead, her tail will actually wrap around her shoulder and connect to the holster that's on her chest. So no tail flying around, it's just going to sort of loop around her, and it will probably come out for her abilities, since we know that her passive ability should let her yoink items from death boxes within a certain range, so she'll likely send her tail through a portal to grab those items. Now, speaking of legendary skins, Thought and Smash also shared one more legendary skin where she looks a little bit like Catwoman. She has this black mask, really tall boots, and I think people will take a liking to this one. I think Apex definitely know how to sell skins now. But despite us not getting the trailer today, an early version of it was leaked by Oz that we have talked about, and from that we know how evil she is. Like, just listen to her. I think she's going to give Revenant a good run for his money during this season. I can't wait to see the interactions between her and the other legends, and especially Revenant, because she is the new Apex villain. But what her stories from the Outlands should end up telling us is basically that she was a trained killer from a very young age, but then the people who trained her turned on her parents died, and now she just seeks vengeance for her parents dying. And then she tells a bunch of stories about how she was different famous figures in other dimensions. For example, there's a dimension where she was apparently Bloodhound, fought the Goliath, and even had a pet bird. She says there's a dimension where she was Sun Wukong, which is the Monkey King. In another dimension, she seems to be the leader of the nine-headed serpent, and another dimension where she's even a Mahjong champion, which does explain the Mahjong tile Easter egg in the firing range. So this would suggest that she can travel through dimensions, and then she takes on these different personas. She goes to different universes where, you know, she is these characters. Some people have speculated that this could all be made up. It's just kind of like the Joker telling stories of how he got the scars. They're just making up, she's just toying with us. I don't necessarily know what to believe at this point, but this is what happens at the end of the early version of the trailer.
Who am I? I'm the one who's there at the end. Or am I?
So her lore is going to link her with Horizon. I don't know how she's going to relate to Horizon. Horizon is on the cusp of time travel right now, so it's probably all going to be related in that. So that's the main reason I'm super excited for Season 21. I think the gameplay of this new legend is going to be awesome, but also the lore that ties them together. I think it's going to be exciting for any of you that enjoy the Apex lore. But moving away from just the new legend, we do know that Season 21 is called Upheaval. It's a bit of a weird word, and I didn't even know it was a word, but it does mean a violent or sudden change or disruption. So Alter is definitely a violent, disruptive force, so that's probably why it's codenamed Upheaval. So in Season 21, we will be getting Broken Moon map changes, as the Stasis Net satellite was destroyed by Alter, which will now cause a bunch of space debris to crash into Broken Moon. So we'll see either a destroyed version of Broken Moon with a whole bunch of different POIs, or we'll see the new redesigned version of Broken Moon after they've built it back up. It might be like Stormpoint, it might not. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, something to be excited for, and hopefully they make Broken Moon good. Now, the fact that we got a free flatline reactive recolor in Season 20 was pretty cool, even though the challenges were really annoying to do. We can't complain at a bunch of free legendary skins, including the reactive flatline. Well, we know that they were working on more reactive recolors, such as the R99 Season 7 reactive recolor, which is going to be purple and gold. Well, Thought and Smash actually let us know that this will also follow the same route as Season 20, and we will be getting this R99 reactive as a reward for free for completing challenges in Season 21. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I thought it was only for the anniversary of Apex, but I guess they like the fact that it retained the player base, so there's a very good chance we're getting a free R99 reactive next season as well. Now, Rindo also shared that we should be getting Pathfinder's Prestige Skin. So that'll be nice. Pathfinder is obviously a very high-picked legend, and I'm hoping that his Prestige Skin does have some ties with Titanfall maybe, such as the curb check execution. I think that would make for a pretty cool finisher in some way, but we'll have to wait and see. But speaking of Titanfall, a few more skins were leaked by Oz, and one of them, we can see Caustic has a skin where he looks exactly like a pilot from Titanfall. So Titanfall fans may love this, or they may hate that. Let me know in the comments, do you think Apex should do Titanfall themed skins? In my opinion, I'd love to see more of these. But they're also going to be doing a new event in Season 21, which is codenamed Void Swap. And this will be some kind of collection event where apparently it will have skins where the legends cosplay as each other. I think this is an awesome idea. Like, imagine Valkyrie dressing up as Conduit, or Loba dressing up as Crypto. You know, they could really have some fun with this, and I think they could make this a really, really good event. But overall, I think Season 21 sets the foundation for a good few seasons in the future of Apex. Lore-wise, I think it's going to be a roller coaster. We know in Season 22 we're getting the new District map, and this map contains the Humbert Labs, where Caustic faked his own death, but we'll talk more about that in the future. We also know that the Apex Rumble tournaments are currently in beta stage, and they're not going down too great. There's a lot of glitches. If you try and re-enter the Apex Rumble tournaments, and it will just glitch, you'll lose all your progress, and you won't be able to play Rumble anymore. And also, what I find weird is that there's no separate queue if you're playing the Apex Rumble tournaments. You still have to just solo queue regular 3 strikes, which means you're playing with people who don't even know that Rumble exists. They're not trying to play Rumble. A lot of them are just trying to complete challenges, which is a really bad competitive environment. So I think going forward, they're definitely going to tweak these. They're going to listen to our feedback, and hopefully that means Apex Rumble in Season 21 should be a much better refined version where it's a whole separate playlist and you can get those free rewards by actually competing at a better competitive level. So plenty of things to look forward to, and we should be seeing more about Alta very soon. Her abilities that were leaked were that she could grab nearby deathbox items, and her tactical where she could portal through walls, and her ultimate where she could create a regroup point that her teammates can activate whenever they want to teleport through the void back to that location. So it'll be interesting to see how those abilities change, but overall, I'm super hyped for this season. I think the character's going to be awesome. I think there's going to be some interesting events, and I think the lore is going to be interesting throughout the whole season, going all the way into Season 22. So give me all your thoughts in the comments, and what are you hoping for in Season 21 that will make you satisfied?